Happy Friday, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. Kyle Fisher here, Director of Marketing of Hot Shot Secret. The one and only Diesel Don.
In person.
In person is here. Happy to have Don back again, and we're about it here.
Yes.
We have an empty building today, so going around seeing who's going to do the live wasn't that tough. It was pretty much last man standing here. So we're going to have, I guess, an abbreviated version today, but we know maybe a lot of people are off work today, usually maybe watching us when they're at work.
Yep.
And so we're at work. And
loving it.
We are. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you had some good filling food yesterday and are enjoying your day off if you got it today. And with that theme, we're very thankful ourselves to all of our retailers out there that sell our products, our huge lineup of independent dealers out there, and of course, most importantly, all of our customers that use our products. We want to thank you this Thanksgiving for supporting our products and allowing us to do what we do.
Most definitely.
And specifically the dealers, we have an interesting, special relationship with those guys. I know, Don, you got a lot of them out there.
We do. We really do. And we're trying to take that relationship even more personal. And we want to get to know you guys. So, give us a call, talk to us, chat with us sometime.
Yep.
We want to get to know more about you. The more we know about you, the better we can serve you.
And that goes for our customers too. And one great thing about Hot Shot Secret is we like to interact with our customers a lot. We that's why, remember, post questions below. We're going to keep our eye on it. We're happy to answer questions today. That's how we formulate a lot of our products. I mean, even with our latest gasoline product, we put 1,000 bottles out there to our customers to do a lot of field testing, and a lot of the feedback we get helps us redesign and formulate and better our products. And at the end of the day, our products are problem-solving products. So if we have something, if you've got an issue that we can't address with our products, we still want to hear from you. You never know what we're developing next and how that interaction and feedback helps us, increase our product line and solve more problems out there for everybody. So not only is it Thanksgiving, but it's also Friday, and it's the Black Friday.
Black Friday. So
I'm sure everybody's probably busy shopping right now. And of course, we've got our own Black Friday. We got a great deal going on right now. It is 10% off everything. So depending on what kind of products you buy from us, you're covered right now under this Black Friday deal. That includes everything except our bundled packages, which are already at a discount with the bundles. And you're going to get a free gift at checkout as well. The code for that is Cyber10, and that's also free shipping to the U.S. And for our friends up in Canada, we're going to do half off shipping to Canada using code CA50. So now's a good time. Stock up for the winter. Stock up on those Christmas gifts.
Yes.
Get a discount this weekend, and good time to stock up.
Absolutely.
Remind you, sign up for our newsletter. If you're at our homepage, go down to the bottom of hotshotsecret.com. There's a little box there that you can go ahead and put your email in. It's going to give you all the updates, what's going on here, as well as these specials like we're doing right now with this Cyber 10 deal for Black Friday, because we all know Cyber Monday's coming. And if you're on our email list, you're going to be the first to know what's going on with our Cyber Monday deal, which I'm not going to announce quite yet. But check back to our website, late Sunday night, or sign up for that email list, and you'll be the first to know, so you can cash in on the Cyber Monday deal that we have going as well.
Absolutely.
And of course, it's Free Product Friday. So we decided, since tis the season, people are holiday shopping, we're gonna give away some swag today. We've given away enough product, and so we don't mind if you re-gift it. It's a good thing to pass along to somebody if you already have. We got hats. We've got our brand new winter hats. We got decals. You can see in a lineup of our shirts behind us. So go ahead and post your questions below. We're going to pick some people here at the end of the show and send out some swag to you, so you can rock some Hot Shot gear or again repackage it and makes a nice gift.
Yeah,
makes a nice gift. So today we decided, since we're being thankful for all of our customers, rather than going over a direct product review We're going to kind of leave it open and kind of, as we talked about, we like to interact with our customers. So we're kind of we get a lot of questions through our Facebook page. They contact us directly. They call in. And we hear a lot of common questions, some of the questions that are out there, but we feel if somebody had a question, it's likely quite other people did too.
Oh,
so it's great that we can get back to that person and answer that question. But also, we're going to run through some of these because it's something that you may have had or it may spark another question. And again, go ahead and post it down below. And we got Diesel Don in the house today, so couldn't ask for a better resource on product information. So let's jump into these. You good?
Both feet.
All right. So here's one we see a lot. What is the difference between our Diesel Extreme and our everyday diesel treatment? Why don't you tackle that, Don?
Okay. They are both fuel treatments. Just keep in mind that Diesel Extreme does a very deep cleaning of your entire fuel system. It's going to scrape, scour, scrub your entire fuel system and so on. From inside your tank, the lines, the pump, all the way through the tip of the injectors. And where the EDT is different, it does a milder cleanser. This gets it clean, the EDT will keep it clean.
As we sometimes say, this is going to the dentist, this is brushing your teeth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And people really understand that analogy that we use. But they both will give you a cetane boost. They're both going to give you a moisture dispersant. They're both going to add lubricity to your fuel. And then they both have a anti-corrosion capacity to them as well. So they're still doing that same job. It's just the intensity of the cleaning that they do. The other thing is EDT, the dosage on that is quite a bit less than what the dosage on Diesel Extreme is. But like going to the dentist, Diesel Extreme is only something you need to use every 6 months or so. Whereas the EDT, as the name implies, everyday diesel treatment is something you would use at every fill up.
Until we get into these colder months, and then you can switch from our EDT over to our DWAC, our diesel winter anti-gel,
Yes.
Which again has those same core elements in it, except we add the anti-gel into it
It
to
has the
protect you
anti-gel component to it as
during the
well.
cold weather. And we do get that one a lot, so I'm glad that gets addressed. Got a couple questions popped up. Let's jump right to those. Brian Mullins asked, does Stiction Eliminator help to smooth the idle in Cat Huey engines?
Yes.
Great question.
The key question, part of that was
Huey. Yeah.
Huey. The Stiction Eliminator just does wonders in Huey engines. And Huey, of course...
Let's back up a little bit. Explain maybe what a Huey injector is.
Okay.
And really that's kind of the birth of our Stiction Eliminator right there. So sometimes people get a little confused when they say, well, how's an oil additive going to help my fuel injectors? That doesn't make sense.
It's a strange correlation there unless you understand. And Huey is a type of injector, and it's an oil activated injector, much like a hydraulic lifter or so on. That injector is opened and closed by oil under pressure. So consider that you have oil in a very tight, confined place with a lot of pressure and a lot of heat. Things are going to happen to that oil. It's going to get burnt on, caked on inside that injector. And again, this is a small area. And the tolerances are very close in there. So once you start having that buildup in there, it upsets the tolerances completely. You start having injectors that will hang open, hang closed, whatever it may be. But by using our Stiction Eliminator, it will clean that out and allow that injector to work properly once again.
And that's what's unique about specifically the Huey injectors. At the end of the day, the Stiction Eliminator is going to clean everything it touches. Everywhere that oil goes in the motor, and that's why this is a very unique product on the market. It's the only one out there that's going to do the deep cleaning that we can prove with our science. On a gas motor or diesel motor, you name it, you can put this in there. It's going to clean every part that oil touches. Specifically, once we get into the Huey injector, which is also on the 6.0s and the 7.3s. And then obviously the Cat. We don't hear about the Cat as much.
Not as much,
but with those Huey injectors, you're also going to help your fuel injectors out with this oil additive as well. So
another popular engine that has Huey injectors is the International 466 engine. Just to give you some ideas.
I didn't know that. That's why we got Diesel Dot here. So Thanks, Brian, for the question there. We also got, hey, Toot, I see you out there. And Logan Cavender says, what type of oil additive is the correct type for a gas engine when performing an oil change and a gas treatment during a regular service?
If it's the first time that you've used an oil additive, I would say go with our Stiction Eliminator. It's step one of our two-step process. The Stiction Eliminator is going to go in and clean, like Kyle said, it's going to clean everything that the oil comes into contact with, in particular oil galleries, oil pickup screen, oil pump, cam and lifters, to name a few of the areas that's very critical in keeping clean oil to. But and then once you get it cleaned up after using a Stiction Eliminator, subsequent oil changes, use our FR3. It's going to keep things clean for you, but it's also going to reduce the amount of friction inside that engine, which could lead to longer life of your engine, plus it's going to give you a better fuel mileage as well.
Yeah, and I'd also say, Logan didn't say how old the vehicle is. If you got a brand new vehicle, you're not going to really need to dive into Stiction Eliminator out of the gate. You haven't built up a lot of Stiction, so you can pretty much skip that step and move right over to the FR3. You're going to have the benefits of an FR3 in there, and more importantly, if you caught our episode last week, we kind of did a deep dive into it and to kind of show the science behind it. You could go back and watch that if you want. But as we talked about, the carbon nanotechnology in there is going to go ahead and get into the voids in your metal, fill all those up, give you a nice film layer base for the lubricant in there. It's great for a newer motor because now you're going to prevent that stiction from building up. So the same cleansing and lubricity aspects of our product that help bring motors back to life that are got a lot of miles on, a lot of stiction. We can also prevent that from happening. There's also preventative products if you do have a newer motor too. So it's great to kick that off right out of the gate as well. Logan's responding. He says it's a 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee with 56,000 miles. Wow, that's low miles for that. I'm shopping for the same vehicle right now. You want to sell it, Logan? I'll buy it. It's my grandmother's ride. Barely driven long distances. With it being a 2008, it's really low miles for 2008. But yeah, I'd run a dose of Stiction through it first.
Yes, and especially with the short trips and so on that I think he alluded to there.
Absolutely. So I'd go with Stiction Eliminator dosage on your next oil change. Leave that in for the entire interval. On your next two oil changes after there, you can run FR3 to keep it clean and keep it running good. Thanks again, Logan. Let's see, another question we see all the time, is can I use the FR3 and the Stiction Eliminator together?
You most certainly can, but I guess the question is, why would you? You don't need to.
Yeah, unless you like just burning money, or unless you like giving us money.
Yeah, I was going to say, send it in to me,
That's great, but it's really not needed.
No.
At the end of the day, think of it that there's some FR3 properties in Stiction Eliminator, there's some Stiction Eliminator properties in FR3. This is much more on the deeper cleanse side.
Yeah.
But all the advantages that you're going to get out of FR3 is already infused into the Stiction Eliminator. We just have the heavier dose there of the cleansing side. So if you're already using Stiction Eliminator, there's absolutely no need to use FR3. Save it for your next oil change, save the money. We just like to be honest with our customers and make sure they're treating their vehicles well. So you're not going to hurt anything if you did it. You just hurt your wallet a little bit. That's about it.
Yeah.
So. No problem, Logan. Thanks for the question, buddy. Jeff Jones says, can FR3 and Stiction Eliminator be used at the same time? So I guess
one of us is psychic here,
I guess so. So we got a little delay there. That was actually a question we had ready to pitch up here. So Jeff, if you just heard the last question there, he says he got a 2004 F250 6.0, 200,000 miles in the 6 liter. So he's one of those dealing with the Huey injectors.
Yes.
And again, Jeff, there's no need to, but knowing that you've got a 200,000 mile 6.0, we highly recommend going with the clean out dosage on a Stiction Eliminator first. No need to add FR3. Sit on it, save it for your next oil change, but definitely kick off the Stiction Eliminator first. Thanks, Jeff. All right. Can I use your products in my gasoline engine.
Our diesel fuel treatments all have a cetane boost to them. And cetane is a measure of how quickly the fuel burns, how quickly it burns. The higher the cetane level, the quicker the fuel will burn. Well, that's just the opposite of what you want in gasoline. In a gasoline engine, you want to slow down that burn. The higher the octane rating of gasoline, premium gasoline, the slower the burn of the fuel. So
they work counter.
Yeah, they're just
cetane versus octane are two different ballgames.
yeah, they're just exact opposites. So with that in mind, don't use any of our diesel fuel treatments in your engine, in your gasoline engine, but that still leaves Stiction Eliminator, FR3, TBN Booster, TSE, and hopefully very, very soon we will have gasoline extreme available to be shipped out.
Yep.
We're getting close,
Yep.
but we're not there yet.
So remember, when we're talking on the oil side, it doesn't matter if you're gas or diesel. Our oil side products are good for both of them. It's only on the fuel side that you got to stick to our diesel fuel side or our gasoline fuel side. But oil side are good for both. So I hope that answers your question there. And I have, will Stiction Eliminator remove stiction in my Duramax injectors? This gets back to kind of what we were talking about there.
It does. Duramax injectors and the Cummins injectors and so on are electronically operated. They're activated by solenoids, not by oil under pressure. And so many times people want to use Stiction Eliminator because, well, we advertise it as cleaning injectors. And
Plus I hear that we hear all the time people that just saved $3,000 injectors because they tried our Stiction Eliminator.
Yeah.
And then they think, well, I got an injector problem. I might want to try that. Well, that person had Huey injectors.
That
Kind of like
person-
we addressed earlier.
Yes.
So if you don't have Huey injectors, Stiction Eliminator, your oil doesn't get near those injectors to functionally. So it's not going to work out on your injector side.
So it's not going to take care of any issues you may have with your injectors. But nonetheless, Stiction Eliminator can be used in any engine. And as we talked about, it's going to clean up your oil pickup screen, your oil pump, cam and lifters, and so on. So it's not something you don't want to use. It's something you really want to use, but it's not going to fix that injector issue in a Duramax or Cummins.
But what can and will
yes.
is on the fuel side. Since they're more traditional injectors there, the fuel side cleaning is where you're really going to make out, specifically if you're having a problem, you want to go with the deep clean of a diesel extreme on that. And getting back to the Hueys, since they're both oil and gas in that injector, or fuel I should say, sometimes Stiction won't work won't solve the problem on the Hueys if it's a fuel side injector issue.
Right.
So they've got to clean both sides of those injectors out. If you don't have Hueys, if you're running a Cummins or Duramax and you're having injector issues, you want to go to our fuel side products like Diesel Extreme.
And what you're doing with as far as the injector goes, you're cleaning out the IDIDs, internal diesel injector deposits. And the fuel will leave a film, a deposit, on anything that it touches. So that's what happens on a fuel injector unit, that fuel leaves a deposit in there, things start to hang up, and not operate as smoothly as they should.
Yes, sir. Ask your questions below. We're here lonely today. Everybody
Lonely.
left. We're giving away swag. So you want some shirts, hats, all that type of stuff, go ahead and post your question below. We're happy to answer those questions. Let's see, Don, what else do we have here? Are your products made at your location? I love that question.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish we were a little more mobile. Maybe one of our Fridays we'll get the mobile cam and walk around a little bit. I know we did do a tour. It should be posted up on our Facebook page somewhere.
Yes.
Chris walked around.
Chris did a walk around.
But yeah, we are very happy to say everything is made right here in our building in Mount Gilead, Ohio. So you see Made in America a lot. We take that very seriously. We're very proud of that, especially in our industry. In the additive industry, there are a few gigantic, enormous lubricant companies out there, and then there's a bunch of small guys that really never touch the product. It's they're really marketing departments, if anything.
Yes.
And they're buying chemicals that are getting blended off site, and they're creating labels for bottles that are getting bottled somewhere and then shipped out. That's not who we are, and we haven't been since day one. We're proud. We do all of our research and development right here. We have a research and development staff full time that is always backed up, working hard, working on making our products better, finding new problems to solve, formulating new stuff. And then we have our plant out back here, which we just added a new line to. We just increased our capacity, I think, by 30%.
Yes.
And so we do from the R&D to the formulation to the blending of these products to the bottling to the labeling to the packaging to the skids that are all loaded up right here. If you could see that are about to go out the door to all our retailers, everything is done in-house in our one building here. For every bottle that is used worldwide comes out of this building right here, and we're proud of that.
No, very much so.
America,
because it's here you go.
That's for you, TJ.
And you know the thing of it is, so when you call in and say, well, "Man, that Diesel Extreme that stinks," we know, we know, because we smell that all the time. So,
yeah.
When
I walk out of the warehouse, I know what they're blending today.
But no, it's for us. It's a real point of pride that everything that we touch is right here. Everything is done in this building. Our marketing, our sales, everything is done right here in this building. And
that's a unique side that Chris and I kind of touched on, I think last week, the week before, in the back end of SEMA and Apex, is, Lubrication Specialties is our parent company name, if you will, and we have the capability to work with a lot of companies out there. It's always been a problem-solving organization that's worked with, some of the biggest businesses in the industry to solve some of their issues. So we always ask our customers and our dealers to call in and stuff. If you're a business owner and you're having a challenge in the lubrication world, give us a call. We'll take you over to the LSI side of our business, but we can help out. From, like I said, we just increased our capacity here to produce, to help us start filling the shelves that we've added this year. But at the same time, we can help you blend and bottle and all that as well. So we're kind of a one-stop shop that does a lot of work. Obviously our internal work that we do comes out as the Hot Shot Secret brand, but we have the capabilities to do some big work for some big businesses that may, or small business. If you're a guy that has a great product idea, but you just don't have the ability or the scale, one of the unique things is if you take that issue to one of the big multi-billion-dollar corporations, they're going to laugh at you. They don't have time to
literally
to work on your small little project or do a small run. We have the capability here to do, we're big enough to, like I said, produce enough product to fill our stores and shelves worldwide out of this one building, yet we're small enough and agile enough to have you work directly with our R&D, develop a product for you, package, bottle it, and everything right here in-house as well. And we're just at that perfect size where we can be flexible and do that. And it's pretty unique to us that not a lot of companies, not a lot of lubricant companies out there can say they can do. So bring those problems to us. If you're a big company or a small guy working in your garage. I mean, Chris was in the garage not that long ago.
A prime example of that whole thing that Kyle just talked about is the Stiction Eliminator. International Truck and Engine came to Chris, 18 years ago thereabouts, and said, "Hey, the warranties on these 6 liters are killing us. What can we do?" And we developed Stiction Eliminator. So that's just that's kind of a highlight of how we can act.
And that was the birth of Hot Shots.
That was the birth.
And it wasn't that Chris was really attacking the automotive industry or anything. And it just it was a problem that big industry was having, and rang his phone, and he's the guy that came up with the solution for it. So the rest is history, So let's jump on to another question, Don. We got a DWAG question, diesel winter anti-gel. I have a 500-gallon fuel tank that sits outside. Will your product work in this situation? Temps might get as low as -10 during the winter. Will likely cycle through the tank in 3 months or less. So he's talking about diesel outside storage, 500-gallon tank, gets down to -10. DWAG cover that for him?
Most definitely. Our diesel winter anti-gel will prevent anti-gelling down to -40, and it has a the fuel will have a pour point of minus 65 by using our diesel winter anti-gel. The only caveat I would give there is the sooner he can put the diesel winter anti-gel in that fuel, because that tank's starting to get cold,
It's already, yep.
and the quicker he can do that before it gets very, very cold, the better off he will be. Because most people don't realize this, but the fuel needs to be 40 degrees or warmer for the diesel winter anti-gel to really mix in like it should.
So that's why we tell people starting in as early as September, October to start switching over. And for those that wait too long,
Yeah.
Well, that's why we got a new product, our winter rescue now. For those of you that waited too long and got gelled up, but Don's right to get that blended earlier when it's a little warmer, get in the fuel, especially if you got a 500-gallon tank like that.
Yes.
You don't want that gelling up on you, especially we know you need it. So, all right. I have a 2005 Ford F-250 6.0 turbo. When I accelerate, it seems like it's struggling for fuel or missing. What do y'all recommend for this? Well, 6.0. I know what you're going to say.
6.0. Start off with Stiction Eliminator to take care of the stiction on the oil side of that injector. Go to Diesel Extreme right here to take care of the stiction on the fuel side of that as well.
And that's important. Again, I think we hit it earlier about the Huey, but even though it feels like it's struggling for fuel or missing, you think it's a fuel side issue. It could be a fuel side issue in that injector, but the oil side cleaning of it could be what was going to be your best fix for that.
Mm-hmm. And the thing that is, when you use the Diesel Extreme, you're going to notice a difference in the fact that the truck's going to have a higher cetane rating in that fuel, and that's going to give you an immediate response as far as how the truck starts running better for you already there.
Which a lot of, and especially before our EDT started getting readily available out in the retail world, a lot of people would use the Diesel Extreme for those type of issues, and they'd really enjoy the cetane benefits of it. But you don't need Diesel Extreme in every tank. Again, we said this is your dentist, this is brushing your teeth. So you don't need it in every tank, but we had guys using it in every single tank.
Absolutely.
And really that's why we developed really the EDT product, is because you don't need to be spending that much money doing a deep clean on every single tank, but you still want that benefit of the cetane boost out of it, the lubricity adder, everything that we have worked into the fully formulated product, and that's why you have the EDT. EDT is a dosage of 1 ounce per 25 gallons.
Yes.
So you're talking just a shot of it, keep that tank clean and everything, and keep that cetane boost up that you really enjoyed when you were cleaning out with the Diesel Extreme as well.
And your treatment is just pennies per gallon then.
Yep, it pays for itself easy in your mile per gallon savings. All right, Don, what do you recommend for a 2014 BMW 328D? I recently bought it used, and I want to treat it.
Okay. We'll go with our two-step processes. Start off with Stiction Eliminator, because you're not sure how that car, what kind of care it's had over the years. So start off with Stiction Eliminator. Go in and give that engine a thorough cleaning on the inside. And so you've got a base to start with. You know that engine's clean, it's ready to go. And then follow up subsequent oil change with FR3. And being it's a 328D, okay?
So it's a diesel.
So yeah, the two-step process once again on the fuel side. Diesel Extreme to begin with, to do that again, that deep clean of the entire fuel system, followed up subsequent fuel tanks fillings of the EDT or winter anti-gel if it's in a cold climate.
And I really recommend that for anytime you're buying a used car. Again, if you want to go back to last week's video, Chris and I really got into the science behind the FR3. But the great thing about running the oil side additives on that is you're going to prevent any further engine wear. So you bought a used car, you're at the mercy of the previous owner, how well they took care of it. Sometimes you get records, sometimes you don't. But no matter what they did, you can at least cease the wear at this point for you going forward. And again, like I said, if you buy a new car, start running FR3 out of the gate, and you'll bring your wear down tremendously. So you're not beating up your own car. But specifically on a used car, since you don't know what's going on, it's best to get in there, clean everything out, and then start protecting it going forward. And so I've always said, if you can find a good used car, even if it's got some higher mileage on it, that's running really good, well, you can extend that for a long time.
Most definitely.
By getting some of the nanotechnology we have in here to, like I said, seal up those metal crevices and reduce wear. One more thing I'll throw out there. 2014, the BMW, not sure how many miles are on it, but one thing I'm always concerned about, you got two major things with a vehicle when you're buying it: engine and transmission.
Transmission.
Those are your big expensive ones. I've been shopping for a car lately. I turned down a car last week because they couldn't tell me if when the transmission was flushed. And we all know if that transmission hasn't been flushed in a long time, most mechanics will tell you you got to leave that fluid in there and run with it. So I'm guessing the 2014 probably hasn't met that transmission change interval yet. It is a great time to go ahead and flush it yourself safely and add some transmission Stiction Eliminator in there. Again, this is a Group 5 ester. It is going to do nothing but wonders for your transmission as a preventative, as well as if you have having an issue with it. I'll throw one more caveat on here. If you're a used car salesman and you've got a car on your lot that's having some issues, it is a lot cheaper to try to see if you can clean it out and get your cars running better, and at least eliminate if it's a transmission problem or not.
Yes.
If it's a mechanical problem, you gotta get it fixed anyway.
If I had a lot where I was selling used cars, which I once did, I would, if it was a diesel, I would do both of our two-step treatments for that diesel vehicle, whether it be truck, car, whatever, so that that vehicle stood tall. I mean, the biggest thing about selling a used vehicle is not to give that customer any reason to complain about anything. So if it's running perfectly and so on, yes. And so if you happen to be in the used car business, used truck business, our products will just make you shine.
Yep. Or if you're the buyer, first thing you do, let's get it cleaned out and start fresh with that motor and transmission. Make sure you erase what the previous guy might have done to it. Again, we're going to start to wrap this up a little bit here. If you have any questions, post them below. We're going to give away some swag, hats, t-shirts, stickers, all that good stuff. We do have, let's see, a couple announcements. I'll give some dealer shout-outs.
Yes. I want to shout out to Ploger Transportation out of Norwalk, Ohio. Joel and Jerry Morrow up there. These guys are kind of neat. They're into hypermiling.
Hypermiling?
Yes.
Okay, what's that? I'll bite.
Whereas the national average for a semi-truck in this country is 6 miles per gallon, these guys are doing 12 miles per gallon plus.
Wow.
A part of that is our product, but they use every available trick in the book as far as they use precision bearings, wheel bearings.
Sure.
I mean, that's how far they go. But
yeah, we follow a Facebook group page, the 9+ mile per gallon group. Really smart truckers out there that are really watching everything they can do to increase their mile per gallon. And just hitting 9, I've seen these guys show how much they're saving annually on their fuel costs. So hypermiling up to 12 must just be wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're saving a lot of money.
Okay, and now here's another dealer we just signed up recently, Tech Motive Imports Limited, Trinidad, Tobago.
Oh wow!
I mean, it'd be kind of nice right about today to be in Trinidad, Tobago, sunbathing and everything.
Exactly. We're in cold Ohio, so if you'd like us to come down and arrange the bottle on your shelf or something, give us a call.
Absolutely.
We'll come down.
Absolutely.
Got a couple more dealer shout outs here coming in hot. We have 68 Car Care out of Sweetwater, Tennessee. So thanks for those guys coming aboard this week. And Show and Go Diesel in Elwood, Utah. Thank you guys. And let's see if we got more in here. Martin's Diesel Shop out in Alturas, California. So welcome aboard to you guys as well. Let us know if we can do anything to help support you guys. We really thank all of our dealers out there, and glad to see so many new dealers come aboard lately and help get our product out there. So we really appreciate it. We're thankful for it during this Thanksgiving season. So really do appreciate it out there. Let's see, we have some announcements. Let's see. Television tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, 11 o'clock on Velocity. There's a premiere episode on Carfix you'll catch us on. So if you're having one of those lazy holiday weekends and planning on watching some football, tune in to Velocity tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. to watch Carfix. And then on Sunday too, 10:30 Truck U episode on Velocity and 11 o'clock on Carfix. Got back-to-back episodes you'll see us on. And on the event side of things, nothing this holiday weekend, but right around the corner we got the PRI show.
Yes.
Which is a big show in Indianapolis for the racing industry. As we know, we've made a lot of gains in the racing world this year, and thankful to all of our sponsored racers out there for just kicking butt this year and really helping us formulate our products and again taking our products to the limit. And that's one thing that we really like to do. We've always been focused on putting out high performance, professional grade products that normally you don't find on the retail shelf.
Right.
But we put them out so that people can use them. But the thing that you rest good at night is they were tested to the extreme conditions that, I mean, and you'll see at PRI, we're going to have the Firepunk Save the Racks truck out there that, hit 200 miles per hour this year.
Yes.
I mean, had all our fluids in it. And if they can hold up to what that truck does, trust me, your truck is going to be just fine using these products. It's got
It'll
you
be in
covered.
good hands.
It'll be in good hands. So that's in a couple weeks. We're at booth 6133, 6133. We're going to have two vehicles in the booth. We're going to have Trey Sikes BMW, and we're going to have the Save the Racks S10 from Firepunk. And we're going to have 11 different drivers signing autographs this year.
11.
11.
Wow.
11. So we'll talk more about that next week as we lead into PRI. So,
Well, and Diesel Don will be there to sign autographs as well, just in case.
I heard Aaron might try to make it out to sign autographs as well too. So we'll see, but we'll make sure your pencil's sharpened and ready to go, Don. So let me see here. Any more questions? Get that answered. All right. So I appreciate everybody tuning in on this Thanksgiving special edition. And remember, our Black Friday is 10% off everything on the website right now, excluding our bundle packages. That's code CYBER10, CYBER10. Free shipping in the U.S. Our Canadian friends, you're going to get half off your shipping with code CA50. Remember to sign up on our newsletter down below on our main Hot Shot Secret page. It's going to give you the notifications of our Cyber Monday specials that are coming here at the end of the weekend, so stay tuned to that. Thanks for everybody who posted a question. We're in a contest. We'll send you a message afterwards. Let's call them out right now. Let's see. So, Brian Mullins, shoot us your shirt size and your address. We'll send you out a t-shirt. Logan Cavender, same thing, shirt size and address. And we will send you out some clothing. And Jeff Jones, let us know what size shirt you like, and we will and send your address to us by a private message on our Facebook page, and we'll send you out some stickers and some gear and some shirts, and you can rock it this holiday season or package it up and give it away to somebody else. So, anything else you're thankful for this weekend?
I'm just thankful for this country we live in and a great job that I have.
Yep. Amen. America.
Yeah.
So everybody have a good Thanksgiving weekend. We will catch you next Friday. So eat some turkey, watch some football, and we'll see you soon.